Hello, everyone. I didn't do anything huge this time. I didn't do anything with my hands. Today's August 20th, 2015. My name's Zach Rohr. I'm HIV positive, and this is day 27 of these videos. We're inching closer to September 1st, which is hopefully within the window of when we'll know what medication I should start taking. And with that said, today's kind of been an emotional day. I think the anxiety of what I'm facing comes and goes in waves. I think some days I feel really strong about it, and then other days I'm like, what am I doing? Today's one of those days. I guess I just have a lot of questions still for my doctors. There's always, I guess maybe I'm misunderstanding this, but I think one fear that just came to light today was, what if the medication doesn't work so well? What if I have to do switching around? Now, I'm fortunate that I even have that option. And even more so, I think that, the reason why I took the genotype test was so we can target the specific strain of the virus more acutely, so that way we can really eradicate it. So from what I understand, my odds are good of that the medication will work, hands down. But I could be wrong, and I think that scares me a lot. And then on top of that, it's starting to really sink in that it's going to be a while, most likely, until I find someone. Just because, one part of me, and I think it's just dealing with being able to make peace with where I was and where I thought my life was going and where it is now. I had been seeing someone. I had hoped it was going to go somewhere. Ultimately, it didn't, which I talked about in previous video journals. And I think it's just hitting me that while on the one end, whoever does end up with me is obviously understanding of who I am and my status, and thus would mean that hopefully they're invested, in so much more, and that I can take it seriously. I think it's also tough because I kind of at times, I don't want to say a freak of nature, but I feel untouchable. And I think that kind of wrestles with me sometimes, because I was, at the time, very used to being sexually active. And, I've taken myself out of that scene. Sure, if I wanted to, it's one of those things, if I wanted to go out and, hook up with people who are also positive, or I wanted to find people, who were comfortable in it, I guess I could go out and manage that and find someone. But I guess I don't find that worth it. I don't find hooking up worth it. The risks involved, the uncertainties, the emotional stability that I'm just trying to keep myself in, it just doesn't make sense to me. And so, partly by choice, partly by a sense of necessity, I have just taken myself out of sexual interactions, but also dating in that sense. And I think that's a little tough for me right now, because I was really hoping to find someone right now and kind of settle down or try. At least try. I'm only 22, so it's not like I'm running out of time in that sense. It's not like I'm in my 80s or something, and it's like, ugh, I have to go. But it's just tough sometimes. It is. It really is. And I guess I just hope that someday, and this sounds like a ridiculous thing to say, and I hear it, I hear it playing out in my head, and I'm like, that's stupid, but I just really hope I find the right person one day. I really hope I find someone who's willing to be with me. And I think what makes it difficult is now is the time I really wish I did have someone in my life. now is the time I really wish I did have someone that I came home to, and that they were with me through every step of the way. And I don't, outside of family and friends, I don't have someone on that intimate level. And I think that hits me in the gut some days. I think today's one of those days, but got to keep pushing on. I think right now my biggest outlet is writing and Hey Arnold, which is crazy. But I love Hey Arnold. It's really, honestly, one of the best series that I have ever watched. I know it's a cartoon meant for kids, but I grew up with that in the 90s. I'm a 90s kid, and I think there's something about watching that episode and getting a life lesson out of it still. So I think that's my encouragement. If you're feeling kind of down, watch Hey Arnold. And you know what? Actually, I would go even farther. A lot of people would say it's a really sad show, and I would say nay. It's a really realistic show. You know, unlike with things like, Family Guy or American Dad. It's based in a very solid reality as much as a cartoon can be. The dogs don't talk. They don't have a live-in alien. The fish doesn't, say snarky things. So, it's really been kind of a source of wisdom in a lot of ways, and it's been great fun. So, with that said, I'm going to get back to writing, and I'm just going to try to stay strong, and I hope all of you are as well.